Hello everybody, Seamless KaBoom is back, and we are here to continue with part 3 of Katawa Shoujo. So, last time I got to meet some of my classmates, I got to meet the nurse, who happens to just be a Time Lord, because I deem it so. So now I have left the nurses, and I guess I'm going to find my dormitory. So, let us continue. There is a garden of sorts between the school and the dorms, shrubbery, flowers, and that overbearing smell of fresh-cut grass that fills the atmosphere. It dawns on my tired mind that the smell feels novel because I haven't been outside at all for so long. The dorm building is big and made of red brick. Like the others, it feels way too pompous for what it is, so I push forward, going inside. It takes more time than necessary to fish out the key I was given from my pocket. Room 119. Despite the ornate exterior, the inside of the dorm is fairly new, functional, and boring. Just like in the main building, the halls and doors are wide to accommodate wheelchairs. The same goes for the elevators at the ends of the hallways. I poke my head around the corner of the common room door. Inside, a few students are watching the television. One nods and gives a quick hello before turning back to the TV. Seems that only the girls around here are sociable. I suppose that's perfectly fine with me. After all, it is a dating sim. I climb the stairs to the upper floor. Here, small corridors branch off from the main hallway. Each of these minor halls seems to have a toilet and shower, as well as 4 rooms. About halfway down the hall, I spy 119. The nameplate plates on the rooms adjacent to mine are blank. I guess there are just 2 of us here. Light shines from below the door of room 117, so I knock lightly. Hello? Is anyone home? From inside I hear a few movements, then the clicking of way more locks than I thought these doors had. After a moment, the door squeaks open. Oh my god, it's Harry Potter. Don't tell me that's not Harry Potter. Look at it. Black hair that's scruffy looking, circular glasses, and a scarf that's red and gold. It's Harry Potter. I knew Harry Potter was disabled. A bespectacled boy is standing in the doorway. He is looking at me very intently through his extremely thick eyeglasses. Who is it? Blind? No. At least not completely. Why would he have eyeglasses if he was? He leans closer to me until our noses are almost touching. His breath stinks of garlic. A little close in my personal bubble there, Harry. Seamless KaBoom. I'm moving into the next room. I thought I should introduce my... His face suddenly brightens in realization, and he stands back upright, thrusting his hand out in a smiling greeting, almost straight to my diaphragm. Now he's trying to touch me. Inappropriately. I think I need an adult. Oh! Sup, dude? The name's Kenji. Hi. I take Kenji's sweaty hand and shake it, still a little rattled by the sudden change of attitude and vehement welcome. There are some suspicious-looking people going in and out of your room earlier. It was probably my parents. Your parents? You sure? Because they could have been some other people too. You can't judge a book by its cover. You're right. I can't trust my parents. Oh. His out-of-place proverb is left hanging between us awkwardly as I try to think of some way to respond. I'd say the chances are high enough. He shudders and makes some exaggerated hand gestures. You're a brave man. KaBoom. Me? I don't think I could trust the chances. The only one I trust is myself. It's because you don't have parents because they were killed by Voldemort. He who must be not named. Sorry if I offended anybody out there. Does that mean I shouldn't get to know you either? He thinks about this for a while. Really? A wise decision. Damn, you are smarter than you look. Probably. Thanks. What do you look like? I hope not smart. He squints his eyes and leans closer again, but I lean backwards to dodge it because I don't feel like getting kissed. Never mind, it doesn't matter. With that, he turns, fumbles around for a moment in search of the door handle, and shuts the door behind him. I slide the key into the lock of the door marked 119. Oh, that's my bed. That's kind of nice looking bed. Bleak beige walls, white linen, a desk made of some type of light wood. Ugly curtains. It's no one's room. Impersonal, like my hospital room was. My bags are sitting at the foot of my bed, looking a lot emptier than they did this morning. The closet is sitting open, stocked with my clothes. That'd be why they're emptier. Also, it seems that there are a number of school uniforms hanging there as well. A note is pinned to the sleeve of one of the shirts. Hi, Seamless KaBoom. We've unpacked your things and made your bed. They said that if these don't fit, then you should go to the office tomorrow. If you have any problems, you can always call us. Love, Mom and Dad. Well, at least I don't have to worry about unpacking. I kind of hoped I would have. Then there would be something to do. It's still too early. I put the note down on the desktop and lie down on the bed, feeling drained. Lying there makes me want to read something, but I have nothing with me. I wonder if the hospital conditioned me for wanting to read whenever I have nothing to do. The restless urge just keeps growing until I have to stand up. Maybe it's stress or something. I was pretty nervous about it before coming in for the entire day today, too. I still am, I think. Damn! I have to distract myself somehow, so I won't be in this unnatural all the time. Tomorrow I'll go borrow some books from the library. Yeah, I'll do that. But for now, pills. Oh, the bottles of medication neatly arranged on my night table catch my eye. I pick one and shake it just to hear the contents rattle inside, then read the glued-on pharmacy label. Seamless KaBoom. 2 tablets daily to stay alive. I like that, it's just so blunt. I want that. I want to have a medication that actually says it that bluntly. 2 tablets to stay alive. Daily. Doesn't really say that, but it... See again, I am making these assumptions and talking to you all personally without reading what's in front of my face. Doesn't really say that, but it could just as well. It's kind of twisted having your life depend on chemicals like this. I resent it a little, but what choice do I have? With a sigh, I begin my new daily ritual of taking the right number of pills from each bottle, being careful to check the correct dosages. I lie down again feeling hollow and uncertain, and after that I keep staring at the blank unfamiliar ceiling for a long time. Doesn't start looking any more familiar, not even after darkness falls, and long shadows draw across my room like fingers. The sheets feel slightly more comfortable, warm and nest-like against the chill that passes from room temperature here. For room temperature here. Sorry. Soon the lighter shade of darkness that is the ceiling looks like every ceiling does at night, and it becomes the only thing I recognize anymore. The night beckons me to sleep, and I feel the coldness of unfamiliarity and fear creeping up my spine once again. I keep drifting further away from the world I knew. That's a weird loading screen. Ah, morning. I wake up in a strange room. Solid morning light shimmers against the light gray ceiling. I had forgotten to draw the curtains closed last night. This is my room, isn't it? My room. This is the 3rd room this year that I'm supposed to call mine. Various things around here remind me that indeed it's me who was supposed to be the one living here. My bags on the floor, my new school books on the desk, my numerous medications on the night table. I stare at the bottles for a moment, deliberating until I open a bottle, shake out a pill, pop out a tablet from a foil sheet, and down them with a chaser of water without thinking about the chemistry. My uniforms are in the closet. I slink out from under the sheets and stretch my back before dressing up. Putting on a new school uniform feels like dressing in someone else's clothes. The artificial smell of generic detergent invades my nose, but the feeling of fresh cloth against my back is a good one, a natural one. It feels like a school uniform, as it should. It's not much different from what I used to wear before. That goes for other things too. So far, this place seems more or less like a normal school. Except for the people. I think back to my talk with Kenji yesterday, Misha's constant laughter and Shizun's sweeping sign language gestures. Well, I've only met 3 students so far. Maybe they aren't that normal, but I'm sure others are. Or perhaps people like them are what passes for normal around here. Yeah, what does pass for normal around here? What do people do? I didn't see a lot of kids hanging around after classes yesterday, so maybe there are clubs. If so, I wonder if I should join one. All through class, the question remains on my mind, so I decide to ask Shizun about it when we split into groups. After all, she did say if I had anything I wanted to know, I should ask her. Subtitle: Clubs. She crosses her arm and shifts her gaze slowly to Misha, who looks more preoccupied with trying to grind the eraser of her pencil down so that the top is perfect and evenly flat. Haha, sorry, Shi-chan. Is there something you wanted from me? Oh, I see. That's a good question, Seamless KaBoom. My first thought is that means she doesn't know, which is worrying. Maybe I'm being too negative. Well, anyway, Misha, don't prove me right, please. Please was before, but, you know. I'm dyslexic. Oh, that's right. Everyone is encouraged to join a club. A lot of people do so because there isn't really anything else to do. There are also school events, like the festival coming up in a few days. Almost every student in the school tends to help out with it, doing whatever. So, you actually transferred in at a busy time. Maybe you can help out too. Sure. What's the festival about? Misha freezes. Aha! She doesn't know. The truth is it's a local event and I'm not from this area, so... She starts signing desperately to Shizun, asking her to bail her out. Shizun adjusts her glasses at the end of an oddly grandiose flourish and starts signing hard and heavy. I'm not sure I like that confused look on her face. Who cares? I care. I'm asking, aren't I? Misha puffs out her chest as she shouts Shizun's words at me with a disproportionate amount of pride. Too loud. I can see heads turning to look in our direction. Yeah, not so loud. Someone might be hard of hearing. Sorry for that bad joke. You don't have to worry about executing me for that bad joke. I'll hang myself later. Human beings evolve with each new generation. The ideals and beliefs behind a festival will inevitably change with time. Now it's about delicious fried food and amusing little games that you play to win prizes. So in a few days we're having a festival of fried food. Not sure how to feel about that. The teacher clears his throat very loudly, batting his long wooden pointer against his other palm, like a baton. He shoots a pointing gaze at us. Finally noticing where we are, Misha stifles a yelp and quickly quiets down. Shizune doesn't seem embarrassed at all, though brushing it off without a care. We are in the middle of class and should start working. That's right, Shi-chan. What? That's right. Seamless KaBoom, are you asking because you're interested in joining a club? It could have been my eyes playing tricks on me, but I think I saw a suspicious glance exchanged between them. Misha's tone has also changed, although it does that every other word anyway. Yeah, I was thinking about it, and I was just asking for my health. Misha and Shizune look at each other again. I'm about to ask what they have in mind when something dark flutters in my peripheral vision, catching my attention. Out of the corner of my eye, I see the girl with long dark hair get up from her desk and slip silently towards the door. Doesn't seem like she was working in any group, and no one seems to notice her but me. I glance at the teacher, who's also looking at the dark-haired girl go. Why doesn't he say anything? Hi-chan, is something wrong? Do I look as uneasy as I feel? Or was Misha just looking at me after the girl who left? No, nothing. Okay, well, like we were asking, you don't have any plans for lunch today, do you? I thought I would go to the library and pick up some books. Not really. Do you want to have lunch together then? Sure. Yay! Okay, Hi-chan. Perfect! The rest of class passes uneventfully. The girl with the long hair never came back. Before I have the time to put any more thought into where she could have gone, the teacher informs us that it's time to stop working. Shizune looks more than a little annoyed that we only just barely managed to finish all our work on time. I'm just glad we finished it all. It's not a contest or anything. Yes, it is! Did she just read my mind? Or is this like Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, where I think I'm in an inner monologue, but it's actually coming out of my mouth?
Jesus, did I say that? Or just think it? Was I talking? Did they hear me?
Impossible! Impossible!
Yes!
Really? Really? I've noticed this before. It's kind of funny how Misha is always moving her hands and signing not only everything she says, but what anyone else is saying at any given time. Obviously, it must be so Shizune can understand it. Her eyes dart back and forth between Misha's hands and me. I don't know who I'm supposed to be looking at. I'm talking to Misha, but that might be wrong. Maybe I should face Shizune. I'm used to looking in the direction of the person whose voice I'm hearing, but really it's... This is kind of just a little bit of a side note, but last semester I actually was in a college course. I was in a critical reading class, and one of my table mates was an actual deaf person. So he had two translators that during class would translate what the teacher was saying to him, or if any of our group members was saying anything to him and everything like that. And it was kind of an interesting experience because I actually had never encountered that before in any of my school or classes. So this kind of thing I can actually relate to because I've been in that kind of situation. When I was in that situation though, I was very respectful that when I was speaking towards him, and even though he wasn't looking at me and looking at the translator when he was talking, I kept my eye contact on him because I didn't want to feel that even though he was going through a translator, that I would still give him my full attention. So I can understand this from a personal experience. Shizune can't hear me, but it would be disrespectful to talk to her only through Misha. Then again, isn't that what she's doing? No, she's at least looking at me. This is all very confusing and will take some time to get used to. And it does. It does take some time to get used to it. It's not a contest because contests are competitions over a prize. If there's no prize on the line, it's not really a contest. Shizun's eyes flash dangerously with a competitive glare. She stares at me as if surprised that I'm challenging her. I think maybe this is a contest for her. I never noticed before how dark and blue her eyes are. It's truly an alluring glaze. Glaze. Are you sure I hit Seamless KaBoom? Very sure. You're wrong, Seamless, because I don't want to be the slowest one in the class. Therefore, what's on the line is my confidence in my abilities, and the prize is the satisfaction of proving them. Shizun pushes her glasses up to the bridge of her nose in a very matter-of-fact way. Oh good, class is over. I'd argue more, but the bell rings and she quickly gets up and picks up her bag, looking at me expectantly. I had almost forgotten I was supposed to have lunch with them. Where do you want to eat? I was just about to say that. The cafeteria? That's so plain. Okay, let's go. Plain? Well, I guess. At my old school, I liked to eat outside near the back of the building. It was a good spot, but I didn't find it until near the end of my freshman year. I wonder if there's a similar place to eat here. Misha seems to imply as much. Shizun and Misha pull me towards the cafeteria, which is surprisingly not packed. Maybe some students favor eating in classroom or outdoors. I saw some of my classmates had boxed lunches. After we finish eating, Misha picks up where we left off earlier. So, Seamless KaBoom, you wanted to know about clubs and stuff, right? Right, Shi-chan. Okay, I guess it makes sense to ask first. Exchanging little nods of confirmation, they turn to face me again, and Misha straightens her posture as if she was about to deliver a speech. Seamless KaBoom, do you have anything you're really interested in? I used to play soccer, but I'm not really into it. I don't follow the teams and players or anything like that. As of late, I usually just read a lot. There is a book club, right, Shi-chan? Right, but it seems like they all have all the members they can possibly have right now. Sorry, Seamless KaBoom. It's a really popular club. Okay. But more to the point, Seamless KaBoom, does this mean that you don't have anything already in mind? Not really. Good, great. That's great, Seamless KaBoom. Really great. Why is that great? Why is it so great? See, now I'm reading the mind of the game. No reason. Well, Seamless KaBoom, other than clubs and the upcoming festival, there is one other thing. Student Council! I see. Didn't know this school had a student council. That was very melodramatic setup, though, just to tell me that. I'm pretty sure the two of them know this because Shizun looks a little embarrassed about it and Misha is laughing. I'm assuming she's in student council. Shizun quickly retakes control of the discussion in a manner of speaking. After all, it's still Misha who has to voice whatever she says. Right. Seamless KaBoom, maybe you should join the student council. They could use more people. Yes, definitely. You should definitely join. Why? Well, for one, we could hang out every day. Seamless KaBoom, Shi-chan and I are both in student council. Called it. Actually, Shi-chan is the president. Starting to get the suspicion that Shizun and Misha might not exactly be the most unbiased people to talk about with this. As if reading my mind, Shizun quickly adjusts her glasses and signs something to Misha. Now, of course, we're not trying to get you to join just because we would obviously benefit from you joining the student council and therefore have an incentive to try and get you to... So you're admitting that. That was kind of a run-on sentence. No, we admit nothing. I mean, Seamless KaBoom, of course it would be nice if you joined and we'd appreciate it. But even without all that, joining the student council shows a healthy interest in the workings of one's school. Yep, it's true, Seamless KaBoom. Besides, don't you want to spend time with us after school? I can't tell if she's being genuine or if this is just really good acting. Both of them seem to be trying hard to look their cutest, although they are pretty cute to begin with. Ooh, now we're actually starting to get into that dating sim part, I think. Well... So it's settled then. Welcome to Student Council, Seamless KaBoom. What? No. I never wanted to be part of Student Council, ever. Aww, Cece-chan, of course it wouldn't go so easily. Oh. Yep, that's right. Though it wouldn't be boring if it went that smoothly. Oh well. Shi-chan owes me candy now. You were betting on it? Hey, my life is not a game here. Shizune seems very intrigued by this when Misha signs it to her. The aggressive glint returns to her eyes. That's interesting. Seamless KaBoom, let's play a game. Okay, Jigsaw. Let's play a game. That's not what I said. I forgot about the scrolling wheel thing. That just totally freaked me out. I was like, what just happened? How about Rich Man, Poor Man, Seamless KaBoom? If you lose, you have to join the student council. Oh, no. Oh. No, absolutely not. Why not? Well, because you two both have the same incentive and therefore the same goal, which is to get me to join the student council, right? Yep. Yeah, that isn't my goal. But what this means is that both of you can team up and I'll be at a clear disadvantage, so I will have to decline. At least my character is very intellectual and logical. Seamless KaBoom, I am very offended. Are you saying that you don't trust us and that we would pull something so ingenious? Okay, obviously she really is dyslexic at some points. That makes me sad. Sorry? It's hard to tell where Shizune's influence ends and Misha's thoughts begin. In order to atone for hurting a young girl's feelings, you should definitely join the student council. Oh, now I'm getting a guilt trip. No. How about a game of paper football instead of Rich Man, Poor Man? Paper football? Yeah, it's a game they play in America. You make a paper triangle and then you try to shoot it past goalposts that the other player makes with their fingers. Isn't it cool? It's the ultimate form of competition between two people, Seamless KaBoom. And it's also played by elementary and middle school children. Shi-chan? I thought you should... Never mind. I thought she was talking to me. I guess I was wrong. That means it's a game that really separates the boys from the men. More like the boys from the slightly older boys. Anyway, I'm not going to play that either. Just the fact that you know about it means you're probably surprisingly good at it. Yeah, that's true. How did you know, Seamless KaBoom? Because you're Japanese and you're talking about an American game? Just saying. Shizune frowns at Misha, telling me that she probably wasn't supposed to admit that so readily. I wouldn't say that I'm happy with their attempts to get me into student council, but I'm a little curious about what student council does here. I've never been on one before and ever known anybody who was a member, so it interests me. I also kind of like Shizune and Misha, so maybe it wouldn't be so bad. He likes them. Okay, Seamless KaBoom, how about Risk, the game of world domination? I actually like that game. I know that game. It's a long game. I don't know what that is. Liar. It's really fun, Seamless KaBoom. You fight for control of the world with armies and everything. Sounds like Shizune would be good at it. If you want to play, we can after school. Aw, really, Si-chan? We could just play for fun, Seamless KaBoom. Shi-chan hasn't played it in a long time, so if you want to, there's no strings attached. Okay. Perfect! We'll see you after school in the student council room then, Seamless KaBoom. Why there? Because that's where we keep the game. I grimace to tell them how much I do not like this, but it's more for show than anything. So in the end I agreed, but only after getting Shizune to acknowledge that I don't mean anything concrete, just by accepting to take a look around and play a game with her. Lunch ends and we go back to class. Whoa. The dark-haired girl is back. And I was literally just about to end it here. But seeing I haven't... I don't even know how long I've been recording. I was supposed to look at the time before I started this, and I didn't. So I am just going to go ahead and end this here, because I don't want this episode getting too much longer. Even though I know this is a long game, and the more time I have in every part, the more I can get done. And So yeah, I will just go ahead and end this episode here. So, thank you all for tuning in to this episode of Katawa Shoujo. Evidently, I might be getting talked into and be joining student council as far as I can tell. But nothing's affirmative yet. So, until the next video or part, I will see you all then. Subscribe, like my videos, share it, like my Facebook, etc., etc. Until the next time, I shall see you then. Bye!
Once you have hit your buttons,